Okay, so let's see how to make buttons with Python and Pygame. So as you may know, Pygame is used to make games with Python, and you can do also other things like use it as a graphic user interface. So it doesn't have built-in widgets like a button, so let's make one. So you see here what we want to do is make some buttons that are that change the color when you go with the mouse over them, and that makes some action like you see here. And so you can choose the color of the foreground, background, and also the color that changes. You can choose how it changes. So let's see how this works. Okay, let me import this because it gave me this error when I close the window. Okay, so you see here it's nothing so complicated, but you see here in the if name equal main that is used to run this this code will run only when you run this file directly, and not when it is imported from another file. So you see here we initialize Pygame, and we use this counter here that we will see later. So then we have the button definition here inside the this def loop, and so this def loop practically is what do I launch when the script starts. So when it starts, it goes to button definition. Okay, so here it creates the instances of the button class. So it makes the buttons that you want, and they are all into this function here. So here you can have your button, and we have 3 buttons, course B0, 1, and 2. Everyone is an instance of button, of course, and it needs some parameters. So the parameters are, as you can see here, 10, 10. This one is 10, 100. That is the X and Y position on the screen. So if I run this, you see that it is 10. It means that is the distance here in the width. So this is the X axis, and this is the Y axis. So in the X axis we have 10, so it's very close to 0 because the 0 X 0 Y is here. So we get 10, 10, 10. This is 10, 100 because here is 0, here is 100, and there is 170. So I place them in this position. Then we have click me now. There is a text that is inside the button. Then we have 55. This is 40. Okay, 55 is the font size. Okay, the font size. If you prefer, you can give them you can use the name for these values so that you can more easily understand what are they if you don't remember it, but it's quite simple to understand it. So because usually also if you use the Kinto, for example, it will give you this kind of sequence in giving the parameters that you need. So the sides to the position where they are, we don't have the sides because the sides, the height and the width is decided for based on the height and the width, the width and the height of the text. So if the text is longer, it will be longer. If the font size it's bigger, it will higher. Okay, and so what is black and white? Then we have that is black on white. It's just what it says. So it's black foreground color on white. Decided to put this instead of two different parameters. And then command on click. This is what happens when I click it, and it says hello in Italian. There is this one, so you can put here everything you want. You could also have done, I don't know, OS the system, and the system starts. You get important this module. If you let me write it, this is a built-in model, so no need to install anything, of course. So what happens now? Let's see if this works, by the way. Okay, this is the way to start the command thing here. So you just have to use your, and you can give any name you want. I decide to call this one on click, but it would be maybe a better idea to call them B1 click, so that you know exactly that this belongs to B1 button, and here's what it does when you click it. So the same thing you can do like this. Yes, you could do some you could write what it does, but I think it's more clear, it's more readable like this. So also this will be B3, B2, okay, this is B0 and this is B1 and this is B2. B2 click, and I don't know, you could add something like, something like this to let someone who wants to read the code what this is, what for, but maybe you just can go and read the code inside here, or you can just put here description and say print something and start TMD, for example. So okay, so you can do all the buttons you want with everything you need the button to do. You can position them everywhere. You can change the size of the font. Let me see if this works. There it is. You see it. It's very tiny here, like here 12, so it's not so convenient. Let's do 24. Yes, it's a bit bigger, and you can, as I said, you can change color. Let's say it's blue on white. See what happens. Yes, now it's blue, and you see that it changes the color, inverts the color when you don't add nothing in it. Instead, let's say here over color. Here we describe that this one is, the third one is yellow, red and yellow. But when you hover it, it becomes blue on orange. As you can see, it's not very. This inverts. If you maybe it was better to have something like red and orange, just so that it changes just the just a background. It's more it's a style that's better, I think. You see here, so it becomes here like this, or just a color that is no so different from. It fades into orange. No orange. It will it's your stays to your what do you want it to be, or you can make it white or gray on dark gray. I don't know. I want to also give the chance to choose different colors here, and so that you can put hexadecimal colors. Maybe here it is, self background. It's taken by color split on. Okay, so, and so the color is this. I don't know if I wanna just make a try. Let me go into my GitHub repositories. I got many examples of Python code, and I think I got into tutorial. I have something to use. Color picker. There it is. I called it color picker. Let me use this little app that I made here, and to choose the color. So I want to see if I can use these colors. Okay, I got to. This is still a work in progress. I cannot copy this, but I can manually copy it. Can I make stay this one on top? And okay, it's 41, 71, and 30. I want to see if it works. Okay, what did I say? 41. Okay, 41, 71, and 30. No, if it works, I'm gonna try. Okay, this one is this one, and I think it worked because it's this greenish thing. Okay, I just have to. So maybe I want to put this utility into this program, so that you can easily use it. Maybe like, well, let's make this thing. Let's make another button. I just want to copy the thing here and call it button 3, and you know that you don't have to update anything because it will be updated, and because this button will be added. You just put the button and the function. So let me go and make another button here. I will not explain this time the class because it's not so difficult to understand, but maybe we could go into this another time. And because the most important thing is when you use this code of mine, this is what you need to know, how to put the button and place it somewhere. And now what I want to do here is the command will be OS system, okay, and Python if you are on Linux, on the Apple system, you maybe have to write Python 3, but on Windows you can also write Py, and color picker.py. So I am in which folder? I am in Pygame button code. Okay, now I have to place it into this folder of another repository or GitHub, but I want to take my color picker here, little model, and put it into Pygame button and code 2, I guess. Color picker, save it there. Now let me see if this works. So no, it doesn't work. Why I don't see? Because I think okay, let's call this one color picker. Gotta change name, of course. Color picker, there are one on top of the other, so I gotta put it a little down. Let's say 200 maybe. See if it stays in the window. Maybe even more, like 215. Okay, that was Alexa, that was bothering me. Okay, and there it is, color picker. Let's see if this works. Oops, there it is, my color picker. So we've added our utility to the code is just to. And so let's say I like this color. There is 6A CD97. CD 97. Invalid color name. Perfect. Why doesn't work? If it worked before. And I made this kill command here to kill the process in Python, and it's just a batch function, batch function here, and I want to try to show you in case you want to do it. Let me show what is this command of the command line. Okay, you can if the window, like you've seen, there is an error in Pygame, and if there is an error, the window stacks, you get a click a lot of the time. You can avoid that by doing this command taskkill /m python.x/f. If you don't want to repeat this every time, you just save this into a folder. I saved it into d/bat folder, and then I have put this dish-bat, yes, what it is, in the environment variable of the system. You go in environment variable down here, you choose path down here, you do modify, and you put it like in here. I got it yet. If you want to put another one, you say new, and you put the folder where you have your batch file that they will start just giving them the name, and I named this one kill.bat. And so when I open the command line like this, no, it's not this, like this. Well, now it's occupied here, this kind of, let me look for another instance of them. Okay, like this, you just do kill, and it run this. As I have got Sublime text, and I've put, what I put in here, I put this package here that is terminus, and I get also that when, if I put this terminus plugin, I can have this command line like here inside of Sublime text. I get video for this if you want to look for them. And here it is. That is, if you go here and package setting terminus, keep binding, you will see that I got this code here. I always explain this in my videos, in some tutorial. I explain, I think, a lot of time, where you can put this one into this this dictionary, list of dictionaries here, and you see that when I press Alt+1, it will make the command line appears. One thing that I haven't. Okay, and so here, if I do kill here, it's gonna work. You see here that it didn't find any process of Python X because we have killed them before. So if I run something, if I see there is some error, okay, this work, this give me, and this still gives me an error. So if I don't do kill, I have to press sometime here and then do this and wait sometimes instead. I want to show you if I do another mistake. If I go here and do kill, it just killed it immediately. So what is wrong here? It's perhaps that the code doesn't work, but we have tried it before. Okay, because I'm stupid, maybe. And because, no, I made something stupid, not stupid. Don't wanna hurt my feelings. So, let me do it again. Okay, now it works. There's no error. Because I tried it in here and it works here. Okay, but instead here it doesn't work. Let me get back to this color. Put it down here. Instead here I'm doing gray on black. So apparently it works here but not here because probably I've done a different no, okay, I don't know, if I put it like the first one, it will give me an error. If the second one, it gives me an error. Let me try putting it in here, and here I just use a regular, let me put red, killing processes, running it again. Oh, an invalid color name. No, it doesn't like this one either. Let me put a normal color. Okay, that works. Okay, seems that it works just only here. To see why, we have to get back to the class where we get colors, and for example, you have red on green. This is self color. Okay, this is the self over color. I think it got some default color here. Lambda. Okay, so this is quite long arguments here. So white and blue, red and green, so colors. So colors become self-color. Then I got original color. For some reason I want to store the original colors because maybe they can change, I don't know. And so it's for the inverted color. Then we have foreground and background color, like split with on. If over colors is that equal red on green, this is only for red and green, I don't remember. Self over color, it's self pitch, it inverts it, I think. And well, you know, when you code something maybe and you read it later, it will show something that is very odd, strange, weird. Border color. There's also a variable for border color. Font, we get the font, and you see that you cannot change the Arial for some reason, but you can change the size. I think I could change this. Maybe I want to do this like a button free version so that we. Okay, there is. So maybe it's button 2. I don't know, better. And style, border color, font, render, self-render. So it goes to render, and it just takes the self-text render. So yes, it just rendered the text. So this is, I know, takes this string that is the text saying on the screen, on the button that we've passed here. This click me now, for example, takes these strings. It this one means that it uses anti-alias, so the letters are smoother. Instead, with 0, they are more pixelated. Let's say so. And this is the color of the foreground. So the text will have this color that we have given to here. There is the red one in this case. No, the white one here by default. And then we have self.image equal self.textRender. For some reason, I didn't call this one directly self-image, and I'm wondering why. And I could have just called this one image or text image, but if I change this, let's see what will, or this is just some trick to keep in memory. I don't know. Even because I think I never used this one again. I don't know. Let me see. The text render, where does it read it on the screen? Maybe it's not bleeded because this one is bleeded onto another. This takes, okay, let's leave it for the moment. Even if, let's see what happens if I comment this to shoot tip sprites for sprite and sprites. Where is the buttons through screen? Button through screen must be the buttons. Okay, button. What has to do Pygame the crew buttons are done? Where is the problem with the self-image? Okay, but I think let me see. Button has no attribute self-render. 38. Okay. Here, what is it that uses the text render here? Let me put image. Okay, now it works. I think that we have to use image because this is this button inherited from sprite, and we use the group, this group, and the existence of the group. There is buttons to get all the buttons into the group, into this group, into this list of objects. And so this group class uses image, like image, so you get to call it image. I made this passage here that is useless. Let's get rid of one line of code. This will be a good thing. And so we can just render it to image, and we cannot call it differently from image, because if I call image 2, for example, just to see that it will give me an error. So if I split together in sprite you see here, source objects might be a surface. Sprite image, and there it goes. Maybe it's this thing here. because surface splits sprite image. It goes and splits all the images, I think. Zip sprites. This is what the group, I think it does, because look at here. Buttons.through-screen. This is what throws the sprite, the surfaces that are into the group onto the screen. It launches the function, and this function, I think that it's in line 1 in row. You see in row in this function, this method of function. I think it's a method because it's in a class. I think yes, the classes group, and zip. This zip sprites. And I think it makes, yes, okay, it does something with the sprites with the function zip and the surface bits and blitz on the surface. So it will blitz all the sprites. I think it's in the group for each one, I think, for sprites and sprites. Yes, you see here, this is a for sprites and sprites, it's a for loop, but it's a, yeah, it's a list. Something like a list comprehension, tuple comprehension, and I don't use tuple comprehension, just list comprehension of dictionary, and so I don't remember whether tuple works. I think in the same way. So we got sprite image and sprite rect. So he blitz this based on the image and the rect. Okay, so he splits all the images at once with the group object. So if you don't call this image, you got to have image and rect. Okay, this is explanation that I just get it from here, just to understand a little bit more how the sprite class. This is a class that we have used, and one of the main reason I use this. I don't know everything you can do with it, but it's to use the group to render all the sprites that I add to this. I think there is another way to add to the group, but I am not able to understand well the syntax, so I just do it buttons add self to do it. That is, I think I could do it like something like groups. I don't know, to group, or I should do buttons. I don't really know. I should write the documentation well. Okay, for the moment, let's leave it like this, because for the moment it works. Maybe should be better. Okay, so we cannot call it image 2 or any other name. We gotta call it image. In fact, that now it works. That was the problem. So that's, I don't know. I want to make some changes to this code, make it better. I want to discover this thing and how to change the code in the class so that we can use the instead of just the color, we can use also this different one. And you see here that I don't know why the foreground color, we gotta discover it looking into the class. So for example here, if I want to give it to, instead of what the color is, this is something greenish. I want to do something like green, not green, sorry, gray, light gray, but not little yellowish, yellowish, it's too yellow. Let me see, okay, C0 like that one. I get to put some plus and minus in here somewhere. So I'm gonna choose this one. Well, cc.00, cc.00, cc for this one. See, so just the last. See how many processes I got here. I wouldn't show you that. If if I get the command line, okay, we get this promise. Let me open them. No, I don't know if I can open. What have I done? I didn't even know I could do that. Okay, we got all this process. Now do kill. See, there are no process. I eliminated all this process. See, the kill function is very, very useful. So, okay. So you see, I use a lot of commands to make things faster. So I want to show you the kill function again. Let me see all the files. Kill. And let me see if I can drag it in here. So I want to show it here again. I'm going to put it in here in case you want to know it. So now I will commit it to GitHub. And so you can find also here, also for me as a reminder, kill all the processes in Python running. Okay, this one kills. So if you don't want to make a batch file, do all the things that are made, you can also go into the command line and look near, or you and you get it, and do task kill /m, and then you do python.exe/f, and there's no okay. But if you save it as a batch file, this command says a batch file, as I showed you before, put into environment variable the folder where you put the batch file. You can go and just do kill, and I use it all the time. Saves me a lot of time when I try to fix some bugs, etc. Above all with Pygame, that goes always with that crazy Windows stuck. So okay, now maybe we want to do another tutorial. Let's call this not just a tutorial, it's just a walk into the code, just to see how it works. I can change it so that I can explain it to you without having to go in all the details, but the interesting thing we can discover together. And so maybe we will do 1 or 2 or 3 of this tutorial to make a live change of this code to make a little better, a little more suitable. And yes, that's all for the moment for Pygame buttons, and we will also explain in the near future this color picker, maybe make it better together live like this. And see you next time. Maybe one time or another we will also explain how to record with FFmpeg your videos, like I'm doing this now. I'm recording it with FFmpeg because FFmpeg, first of all, it's free, it's very fast, and I easily save it's the files that I get. It's very light, even because I record at 10 frames per second, I think. So that's why it's not the best for games, etc. But it's good for recording something like a tutorial like this. Maybe one day I will get also into this, how to record from the screen and the audio with FFmpeg if it's a bit messy like the code that I made to do it. So I don't know if it's really easy to explain if I don't make some order in the code, that I change it with time and without putting some order in it. So it's very important to put order in your code, otherwise it will be difficult to change it and to explain to someone else. So thank you. So I showed you how many automation scripts and things it's involved with Python. You see the kill process and made with the batch file, but also with, well, there's not Python in there, but it's an utility you can use. You can see, so we are seeing how to make patterns in Pygame, how to make a graphic user interface, change color with Kinter, and we call it always with this from, let me see, now there is some mistakes that happen here. So you see that it's running like this. I kill the process and they're gone. Don't know what, something happened with all these windows open. And okay, we will have our second bug fixing in this code for buttons next time. See you. Bye.